Riveters! Welcome back to a special exclusive interview with me, Froggie, and my host, Nick. I have invited him over today to, help me promote this audio interface fundraiser that I am currently running. And I thought it'd be fun to do a little interview to talk about like my music journey and, what I've been up to and like how I make music. So why don't you introduce yourself, Nick?
Hey Riveters, I'm Nick. If you don't know who I am the little troll that Froggie keeps inside her basement sweatshop who writes lyrics for her. I also stream with Froggie every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I am the co-host in the Nick and Froggie live stream. You have to get that order correct because it's Nick and Froggie. She has the Froggie Singer channel.
It's Froggie and Nick.
Nick and Froggie streaming. Anyways, let's jump into the first question. So, Froggie, what got you started with making music on YouTube in the first place?
So, in high school, I was part of the concert choir. I'd made a lot of friends and I'd learned a lot about singing and music and stuff. So, once I graduated high school and I started my studies in university, there was just like this big void in my routine and like my life because I used to have choir friends and, I would have stuff to do and it was a lot of fun and meaningful. But then once I changed locations and I was in a new place with new people, it just felt really lonely and I wanted to reconnect and make more music again. And when I went online, I found the Vocaloid community and I saw people make choruses and covers. And I was like, you know what? I could try doing that too. And I could definitely, reach out to people and make friends.
Now, have you always wanted to sing? You said you were in choir in high school. What made you want to get into that in the first place?
Yeah, so I think as like a little kid, I wanted to be a pop star. I don't come from a musical family at all. No one in my family is artistic. So I did not have any education or support, but I wanted to sing anyway. So that's why I joined choir. And being in choir was really great because you're not like by yourself. You always sing as a group. And that helped a lot with like being less self-conscious about how you sound when you sing. And I made a lot of friends there.
What a trailblazer.
And that's why I turned to making music online because it's easy to make friends online, right?
Sure. Why don't you list how many friends you have?
On to the next question.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways.
I met you online. Hello?
That's me. But really, I think of us as acquaintances.
Excuse you.
Work acquaintances.
Back to the dungeon you go.
No, not the sweatshop. They don't light it down there. It's really hard to write. Anyways, now that you are an independent musician, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges that you face, especially in the anime and Vocaloid community?
So, since I started way back like a decade ago, back then there weren't a lot of resources on how to make your own music. And like even now, as someone who posts music on YouTube, you have to be more than just a singer. You have to like know how to audio engineer your songs. You have to know how to properly record them, how to work with other people if you don't have those skills, and like how to make videos because the visual part is the other half of a YouTube video. It's not just the audio itself. And like you gotta learn how to also like market yourself like when it comes to posting your stuff online. Because I know a lot of people want to make music just for the fun of it, but at the same time, it feels good to be recognized for your hard work. And a part of being recognized is knowing how to like shove your stuff in other people's face so they can see it. I don't know if I'm very good at that because I'm not a confrontational person, but I feel like I've gotten a lot of support over the years and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, I can definitely see how those were some of your biggest challenges. If anyone even knows that I used to be Fly By Victory, making my own covers, about a decade ago, I had to definitely climb a big hill to even start making covers on YouTube, learning how to use Audacity, getting the instrumentals, getting everything all together, learning about harmonies, which, by the way, I never really got. So if you listen to any of my songs, they're super crap. But I think it's definitely a double-edged sword on your end, starting so early, because you do mention that it was quite a niche community. But fast forward till now, there's definitely a lot more people that are into the songs that you make. Like, if it's a popular Vocaloid song, you can bet your bottom dollar that if there's not a new English cover of it the next day, there will be one at the very least next week.
Yeah, so it's amazing.
I feel like a lot of the covers you did back then no one else even had the time, or there just simply wasn't enough audience to even want to make a cover on that. So although it was harder for you to get out, I also think it was easier for you to do a song that no one else has done before.
I guess so. I think because like the community and just everyone's skill level has gone up so much over the years. Like before, I'm pretty sure people would just record on their phone or like on their camera or something, and they didn't know anything about like editing their audio and stuff. But then nowadays there's so many resources and there's so many free tutorials on YouTube. It's really great, but at the same time it is way more competitive, and you know what? That's okay. I enjoy seeing other people's work, and I'm really glad that this community has grown so much over the years. And I know for you, Nick, that like you write a lot of lyrics nowadays, so you haven't like left this community. It's pretty awesome that your lyrics are still being used today.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I hope I've also evolved over time. If you look at some of the older songs that I've written for, you can see that a lot of the times maybe I'll just go for a rhyme, maybe I'll fudge a syllable here and there, maybe I won't even follow the meaning of the song. So I've really hoped I've improved over the last decade. But man, it used to be so easy writing passable lyrics back then, but everyone's so good at that now too. Speaking on how Froggie mentioned how everyone's so much better at just making music in general, it's hard. It's like a constant arms race with everyone else, honestly.
Yeah, it feels that way for sure, and it's not the first time I've experienced this in a community before, because I've been a part of other communities that also had the same trajectory. But yeah, I think it's pretty awesome, and if you guys ever use Nick's lyrics, please let us know so we can take a listen.
Let us know. Credit me, but link to Froggie because
Yeah.
I don't have a channel anymore.
I kind of like
still have-
stopped writing lyrics myself because like I just have Nick, and I'm like, can you do this? Because I know
Froggie
he can do
used
it better
to-
than me.
We used to collab on writing lyrics, but then I just ended up rewriting most of Froggie's lyrics, and so it's just ended up with me writing the lyrics.
Well, yeah, it's a waste of my work and time if you're just gonna write over my lyrics. So I'm like, why don't you just write it all yourself?
Just write it all in the sweatshop where it's dark. Anyways, going into the details about the behind the scenes of making music, Froggie, why don't you tell us exactly what it takes to record and produce a song from start to actually uploading it to your channel?
Sure. So I guess I gotta like lift the veil a little bit. So first, the most important step is deciding what song you want to sing. Because first of all, it's gotta like really speak to me, you know? This song's gotta be like catchy, and I need to like sing it over and over again so I can record it well. But second of all, I also want it to be something that you guys want to listen to. I don't want it to be like a completely niche pick, although sometimes I do pick niche stuff because I like it. And sometimes I will pick really popular songs because I know other people like that. And it's gotta be a good fit for my voice because, you know, there are songs that are super low and like really hard for me to hit. And then there are other songs that just don't match my style of singing. And then obviously the next step is, you know, writing lyrics if there are any lyrics. And this is when I will, this is when I will tap Nick on the shoulder and I'll be like, hey, are you interested in this song? If you're interested, do you want to write lyrics?
Froggie will just send me videos of like new Vocaloid songs, and she'll be like, hey, what do you think of this song? And I'll look at it, and whenever I see these videos, I generally sort them into two categories, and I think most people
Oh, you do? Really?
Yeah. It'll be like songs that I think, well, maybe it'll be a bit more categories, but if you want me to write lyrics in them, I'll sort them into either songs that I also want to write lyrics for, or songs that, you know, I'm not really too enthused about it, but it's popular enough that I'll give it a shot anyways. Like, for example, Obsolete Me. When Froggie told me that the person who did Mesmerizer did another song, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like Mesmerizer. Speaking of that, I actually liked it so much that I wrote the lyrics in about 2 days. I really felt I knew what the song was about, at least to me. And so I was able to come up with decent translations for that.
Yeah.
So I took a listen to Obsolete Me. I usually spend maybe a day or two listening to the song just without even looking at the meaning to see if I can get a good sense of the cadence and flow, if it's good to write lyrics for. And then I'll actually look at the meaning. And honestly, I thought I went pretty fast with it with Obsolete Me, but even with that, because it was such a difficult song, it still took me 5 whole days to write the lyrics.
Yeah,
It's
Obsolete
just-
Me was really, really hard to write and to sing.
It was just a drag from beginning to end. And luckily, it was difficult enough that no one else had written anything for it. But I've seen people off the rip manage to do it in just a week, and those people are crazy. Because after I'm done writing the lyrics, I hand it off to Froggie, and then Froggie has like a whole cavalcade of things she has to go through to get that out.
That's true. I mean, I feel like people who work really fast either just have a lot of time on their hands or they're not like a perfectionist. Because, like, at what point do you decide to just finish something versus just keep working on like a project until you're like satisfied with it?
I believe they say a piece of art is never finished. It's only abandoned.
Yeah, so after he hands me the lyrics, I have to, practice those lyrics. And because I know the rhythm of the Japanese lyrics, I can sort of, like 90% figure out how to sing the English lyrics. But usually for the other 10%, there's like stuff I have trouble with. And then I gotta like troubleshoot with Nick to make sure that I'm singing it the way that he intended it to be. So that's kind of like a bit of a back and forth process between us. And then after that, I will record and then I will composite the best takes. And then I will either mix it myself or send it to someone else to mix. And then I gotta figure out what to do for the video. Sometimes I'll use like the original PV that it comes with, and other times I gotta figure out other options if that's not available or not very appealing to me. So then usually I could like draw my own art or I can commission art, and then I could either edit my own video or just find someone else to do it for me if I don't want to. And this is all possible for me to like work with other people and pay them because I have a Patreon, and the people who support my Patreon, their funds go back into making more videos, which is like super helpful and super motivating for me to keep making better stuff each time. And like honestly, the more support I get, like the better videos I can make, and I just feel a lot more confident because of that. So I'm super grateful to my Patreon Ribbit Club.
And let's break up that timeline a bit. So taking obviously Obsolete Meat as still the example because that's probably freshest in my mind. So it's already taken me about a week, give or take, to make the lyrics from when the video was uploaded. And even then, it still took me like a couple days to even just listen to the song when it first came out. So weeks already passed by then. Then Froggie gets a hold of it. Then she has to practice. And keep in mind that we are both still working full-time jobs. We both have 9 to 5, so everything that's being done afterwards in regards to the song is all being done on our off time, not even including the times that we stream over the weekend too, and that we have real life things to attend to.
Yeah, we're very busy people.
But then she practices, and how long do you say you practice? Like maybe another day or two, maybe a bit more, less, depending.
It really depends on how easy the song is, because obviously slower songs tend to be easier to sing versus really fast songs and rapping. Oh god, that could take like several hours of just like going through the same part over and over again just to figure out if I'm singing it right. And obviously, it's not just like knowing how to sing the rhythm and melody, it's also like deciding what style that you want to sing it in. So like, okay, sneak peek into what I'm working for the future. I'm working on my first album release, and I am actually working on the Evilist series. Well, not the whole series, but like my most popular one, which is like Servant of Evil and Daughter of Evil and all that. So I had to decide like what sort of style I wanted to go for. And obviously, because Servant of Evil is sung by Len, I wanted to sing in a more like manly tone, like a lower, slightly more monotone, more like smooth register. And then for Daughter of Evil, because it's sung by Rin, I needed to sing in a more like peppy, high-pitched type of voice to match the character. So a part of singing is also like theatrics and like trying to convey the story within the song.
Yeah, it's kind of like voice acting, because Rin, I believe, is supposed to be 14 in Daughter of Evil, and so Froggie kind of has to take on that persona. And even with some of her other songs that she did, like Mimakawa Nice Try, I believe you tried to go for a little bit of a bratty voice during that, but also with a bit of maturity, because you said that you hadn't really seen that in most of the other covers that you had looked at.
Yeah, for Mimakawa, I wanted to do something different from everyone else. And also, I don't think I sound like a lolly at all, and I don't really want to be one. Like, I can do a lolly voice if I wanted to, but for this song, I just felt like, it'd be kind of funny and fun to do like a more mature brat.
So circling back to the timeline, so you've already taken like at least half a week, if we're lucky, at practicing the song. Then you probably take like another half a week to record it, assuming we don't run into any issues with more timing issues or lyrics issues, because even though I know I'm great, Sometimes she'll send it back and I'll be like, yes, the way I wrote it was stupid. And so I'll have to rewrite it and we'll have to repractice everything again. And then, assuming she even spends the money to hire people, she'll have to send it off to a mixer. And even like the fastest ones that she know is still going to take a couple days, because even if they're like Sonic and finish in like half a week, there's still going to be some back and forths, obviously.
Yes, there is always back and forth.
There's never not been a back and forth. We basically just puffed away like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 or 3 weeks
minimum.
We
It's
haven't
usually
even gotten to
longer.
the video yet. We're still making the music. That's like about the quickest that it is humanly possible with a job.
Yeah,
I mean, there are people who can get it out in like a week, but I'm pretty sure those people don't sleep.
Well, either they do this full time as their job, or it's like a team of people, because if you have a whole team of people, obviously you can get more work done in a shorter amount of time. But I feel like for us, that's a pretty good timeline, and like being able to record stuff smoothly is like super important to the process as well. And because I have like my whole setup and my audio interface and my microphone and everything, it helps a lot. And like now that my interface is dead, I can't really record anything at all.
This whole campaign isn't just about fixing your audio interface, just replacing something that's broken down. You want to continue to grow as an artist, right? You want to continue to expand, improve yourself. Is there more you want to talk about on that?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I've been using my audio interface and my microphone now for like 7 years, like the exact same one. And they're both like budget entry level stuff, and I have nothing against that. Those are perfectly fine. I've made really great music on these, and the only reason why I'm running the fundraiser now is because it's dead, and without it I won't be able to keep going. And I could slowly save up for a new one, but the problem is that I won't be able to do anything while I wait. And like we just mentioned, it takes like 2 or 3 weeks just to make one song minimum, and I also need to pay people to help me make the videos, because if I do everything myself, like writing lyrics, mixing, animating, drawing, uploading, all of that, for sure it would take me more than like a month just to make one song. And yeah, that it just doesn't help that this interface has just died at this terrible time, and it's not something I was like expecting at all, because it was running just fine for the past 7 years. So I think I just want to run this fundraiser campaign just to like prove something to myself, just to see, it's been 7 years of using this, how far have I gotten, and how much improvement can I go from here, and how do I best deliver stuff to you guys quickly. And this fundraiser was an idea that I had, and I'm like, Froggie, is this really a good idea? I could always just, go back to my budget-friendly interface and whack it a few times and just cry in the corner, and then maybe I'll go in debt and buy another budget-friendly one. But I feel like that's kind of disrespectful, not only to myself, but to all of you guys too. I think everyone deserves better, and it's okay to ask for help when you need it.
And trust me, no one loves a deal better than Froggie. She loves talking about all the sales that she sees about pretty much anything in life, in terms of like even the audio interface and microphone. She loves sales on like bags and stuff. It's very annoying.
How is this relevant to the interview?
Listen, let me finish. So you can see how painful it must be for her to shell out for something new. I bet if she could, she would get the most hand-me-down thing that has ever hand-me-down and continue hammering that audio interface until it becomes a pile of scrap and rubble. And I think I was eventually going to build to a point, but now I just have nowhere to go now.
I mean, you're right about that. I am someone who really hates throwing stuff out. If I can keep it like working for as long as I can, I will. And in this case, I have tried everything I could from my current audio interface, and when I do finish this fundraiser and see how much funds I have, I will probably buy a second-hand new interface for myself, and it will be an upgrade because I am the queen of good deals. So this is a good investment for myself and for this channel and for everyone here. This is my first campaign that I've ever run, so I'm definitely nervous about it, and so far I've gotten a lot of support from everyone. A lot more than I was expecting, because I didn't think anyone would care.
She was in the fetal position, worrying the whole time as she was planning this whole thing. What if nobody donates? What if nobody likes me? What if I get $0? I put so much work and effort.
I am a very anxious individual. I will admit to that.
And then it just, the support for her completely shattered through all that. I bet you've been blown away by the support you've seen. I just hopped by a little bit of Froggie Singer channel. Your subs do seem to be climbing, so hopefully you'll hit that 50K soon. Can't wait for that to happen.
Oh yeah, we should do something when we hit 50K. I say we, but it's just me, but I guess I'll celebrate
yes,
with you and
yes,
everyone
Froggie.
else.
You should do something. I'll be in the basement if you need me.
I'll invite you up
Slaving-
for a slice of cake.
Oh, cake! Yay!
And a party! Pizza party! If you guys want to support me today and help me get a new audio interface so I can keep making better music for you all, check out froggiesinger.com for the ongoing audio interface fundraiser. It is ending on March 24th, and I have some limited edition items like stickers and shirts and a hand-signed autograph card, although that one's going fast, so I don't know if it'll still be in stock by the time this interview comes out. Anyway, thanks for interviewing me, Nick. I hope you enjoyed listening to us talk.
Hey, thanks everyone else, all the ribbiters, as she calls you, for joining Froggie and I for this interview. Thanks for listening to the end, and be sure to support Froggie. And if you have any questions for her, be sure to leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Have a riveting day!
No, don't say that. I don't know what that means.
That's my
What does
end
having
phrase. Don't you
No,
like it?
That's not a real end phrase.
Yes,
What's
it
a
is.
riveting day? What's a riveting day,
You know,
Frog?
riveting, riveting. Get it?
No, the pun is bad. Puns are bad. You shouldn't say it.
Have a riveting day.